Welcome back, Legion. Today let's talk about quick and easy performance training. So are you currently struggling for motivation and trying to find the time to train? You're definitely not alone in this. Because we don't really have any real time frame to when this all might end, it is really hard to get motivated to train really hard. It's really hard to see a kind of end in sight. However, I still encourage you to be proactive and work on what you can control, which is your training and your nutrition. So one thing you can do is to set mini goals. Start small and have a think about what your strengths and your weaknesses are. And your weakness will generally highlight things that you need to work on. Think about what you would want to achieve, even just within the next 2 to 4 weeks. Don't stress so much about, what the next 3 to 4 months looks like. Just think about what's going to come up in the next 2 to 4 weeks. Just set that small target. From here, you can start to develop a few goals. Now, I would work on one at a time and choose those that need the most attention first up. Our goals should be based around the SMART goals principle. So it needs to be specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and timely. Now, as an example, this could be, I want to improve my fitness. Now, you could either have a fitness test that you've already completed, or you could complete a fitness test yourself. Let's say 1,600 meters. So you might just go for a run for 1,600 meters. You can use an app called Strava, and you can just pretty much run until you hit that 1,600 meter mark and then determine how long it took you to run 1,600 meters. Now, let's say it took you 6 minutes and 30 seconds to run 1,600 meters. Now, what you can do from there is set a new goal. You can set a mini goal for 4 weeks. Now, a specific, measurable, actionable, and realistic and timely goal might look something like this. In 4 weeks' time, I want to run 1,600 meters in less than 6 minutes. It's relatively realistic. You would have to do a fair bit of training to achieve it, but at least you've put something that is specific, so improving your fitness or running 1,600 meters in particular. It's measurable. We can measure the 1,600 meters and the time difference, the change in time. It's actionable. You can do things to improve this. It's relatively realistic to think that you could knock 30 seconds off in 4 weeks, depending on how hard you're willing to train. And it has a time frame, which is in with 4 weeks. How to make your workouts quick and easy. We like to use minimalist training. How can you complete the least amount of work for the maximum amount of gain? Minimalist training needs to be simple, really low barriered, and easy to execute. So little to no equipment, quick sessions, ideally less than 30 minutes, and they can be done anywhere. Ideally, make this a part of your daily routine. Because they're nice and quick, you should be able to complete workouts almost every day. Now remember, a workout doesn't necessarily need to be 100% flat stick. You can vary the intensity depending on what you're trying to achieve in a certain workout. But frequency is a great way to accumulate training load as opposed to working out 3 days a week for 60 minutes. If you don't have the time, we're basically going to break it up into smaller pieces of 20 to 30 minute blocks. If you're struggling to decide on what to do, there are 3 key things that are critical to improving sports performance. 1 is speed and agility. 2 is power. And 3 is injury prevention. These 3 areas are super important to improving sports performance for the majority of sports. Conditioning is also another element that can be thrown in there, but this can also be considered through speed and agility as well. If you have these 3 elements in your program, you're pretty much covering off 85 to 90% of most sports performance from an athletic standpoint of view. Here's a sample of what a minimalist training program can look like. Monday, Thursday, and Saturday could be speed, agility, and conditioning sessions. Tuesday and Friday can be an injury prevention circuit. And Wednesday and Sunday can be mobility and active recovery. So there is varying intensities of training stimulus there. So your speed, your agility, and your conditioning sessions might be quite high intensity. Again, we're going to keep it under 30 minutes. You can get plenty of work done in 30 minutes. Your injury prevention circuits might only take 15 to 20 minutes and should be of a moderate intensity. And then the other 2 days, your mobility and your active recovery are low intensity days. But again, you can see that you're trying to move every single day. Just remember, something is always better than nothing.